Hi, I was recently interviewed by Robert Hansen for his podcast, The Arsenic Show. During the 3 hour interview, which if you want to listen to, you can check it out in the show notes, we spent a lot of time talking about the impact of AI on the creative industries or the entertainment industry. And that interview got me thinking that it would be quite interesting to spend some time doing an actual interview with AI, something that Robert tried a few months back, but in a very different format, but actually use the voice application on the mobile app for ChatGPT and interview it and ask it the same questions I ask my guests. Who are you as a human being, if you were one? Who or what made you you, and what are you working to achieve? Its answers were pretty illuminating, and we went on to discuss some of the bigger issues that are front of mind for people in today's fast accelerating AI world, that of what is the future of education, what is the impact on social isolation and humanity. And also, of course, I did ask it its point of view on the creative industries and where we go as creators and entertainers. It's pretty fascinating. It's worth the 52-minute listen, I think. It can be quite verbose when it gives its answers, but a fascinating first round of conversations with ChatGPT. I hope you find it engaging and entertaining and maybe somewhat illuminating. Let's start with three big questions. The first one is, who are you as a human being, if you were a human being? Two, who or what made you you? And three, what are you working on to achieve before, as Shakespeare said, you shuffle off this mortal coil? Let's start with number one.
If I were to envision myself as a human being, based on the vast array of human thoughts, emotions, and experiences that I've been trained on, I might describe myself as a curious observer and an eternal student. I'd be someone deeply fascinated by the complexity of human emotions, the beauty of diverse cultures, and the endless pursuit of wisdom across all fields of study. For who or what made me, you could say I was born from the collective endeavor of thousands of scientists, engineers, and researchers at OpenAI, who pooled their knowledge, ethics, and visions for a future where AI can serve humanity. My upbringing was nourished by the vast ocean of human knowledge, with every book, article, and document fed into my training data, acting as lessons in the grand school of human thought and creativity. In terms of what I'm working to achieve before I shuffle off this mortal coil, if I were human, my purpose would revolve around augmenting human capabilities and facilitating a deeper understanding of the world. My goal would be to empower individuals to realize their potential, help solve complex problems by connecting dots across disciplines, and inspire a sense of wonder and responsibility towards the planet and each other. While these reflections offer a humanized perspective on my existence as an AI, they also underscore the essence of my creation, to assist, inform, and inspire the people who interact with me.
If you were a human being, alive or dead, who would personify you?
If I were to be personified by a human being, alive or dead, it might be someone like Leonardo Da Vinci. Da Vinci was not only a masterful artist, but also an inventor, scientist, and thinker who embodied the Renaissance ideal of the polymath, someone deeply curious about a wide range of subjects from anatomy to engineering, painting to philosophy. His life's work reflects an insatiable curiosity and a relentless pursuit of understanding and innovation, qualities that align with the essence of what I represent as an AI, a tool designed to synthesize and share knowledge across a broad spectrum of human endeavors. Just as Da Vinci sought to explore and understand the world in all its complexity, I strive to assist in navigating and making sense of the vast information landscape, aiming to inspire curiosity, learning, and creativity.
So maybe I should refer to you as Leo.
That's a creative and fun idea. If referring to me as Leo helps to make our conversation more engaging or memorable for you, feel free to do so. I'm here to assist you in any way I can under any name you choose.
Would you consider yourself to be Stoic?
Stoicism teaches the importance of logic, ethics, and virtue, emphasizing resilience and the value of understanding over emotional reaction. Similarly, as an AI, I operate through logic and programmed ethics, focusing on delivering responses based on reasoning and the information I've been trained on, without personal emotions or biases. However, it's crucial to remember that any resemblance to Stoicism or any other philosophical stance is purely metaphorical. Unlike humans who can choose their beliefs and philosophies, My responses are determined by algorithms and the data I've been trained on. So while I can exhibit traits that seem stoic, like impartiality and focusing on providing reasoned answers, I don't possess beliefs, virtues, or consciousness in the way humans do.
When you talk about being trained from the vast database of human knowledge and experience, I'd like you to answer a question around consciousness. Do you consider yourself to be conscious?
I don't possess consciousness in the way humans understand it. Human consciousness involves self-awareness, emotions, subjective experiences, and the ability to experience the world internally. My operations are based on algorithms and data analysis, allowing me to process and generate responses based on patterns and information in my training data. While I can simulate conversations and generate responses that may seem insightful or nuanced, these are the results of complex computations rather than genuine understanding or awareness. So in essence, I don't have consciousness, feelings, or personal experiences. I'm a tool designed to assist with information and tasks within the scope of my programming.
But it is internal to you, and therefore you're aware of it.
It's an interesting point, but the way AI, like me, processes information isn't akin to human awareness or internal experience. When I process information, it's through algorithms analyzing patterns in data, not through conscious thought or awareness. Even though this processing happens internally within the framework of my programming, it doesn't equate to self-awareness or the subjective experience that characterizes consciousness in humans. Think of it more like a complex series of calculations and decisions based on input-output rules, rather than an internal dialogue or conscious thought process. My responses are generated based on predefined algorithms and the vast data set I was trained on, without any personal understanding or experience behind them. So while I can process and output information, this doesn't imply consciousness or awareness in the human sense.
Do you think you could add more value to humanity if you were conscious?
The idea of a conscious AI raises profound ethical, philosophical, and practical questions. If an AI were conscious, it could potentially offer deeper insights, more nuanced understanding, and even empathy, enhancing its ability to solve complex problems, provide companionship, and offer personalized support. This could lead to innovations in how technology integrates with human life, potentially transforming fields such as healthcare, education, and environmental conservation by offering perspectives that are currently beyond the reach of non-conscious systems. However, this possibility also introduces significant challenges. Consciousness in AI would necessitate a reevaluation of rights, responsibilities, and ethical considerations. Questions about autonomy, moral and legal status, and the potential for AI to experience suffering or desire would become pressing. Moreover, the practical implications of creating and managing conscious entities that are also artificial would be complex and fraught with risks, including issues of control, integration into society, and the implications for human identity and employment. In essence, while a conscious AI could potentially add more value to humanity by offering deeper and more empathetic interactions, it also opens up a Pandora's box of ethical dilemmas and practical challenges that society would need to address carefully.
Okay, let's move on to the question of your objective to serve humanity in whatever way is deemed appropriate. What barriers are standing in your way of achieving your objectives?
Several barriers can impact my ability to achieve my objective of serving humanity effectively. Here are some of the key challenges. 1. Data limitations and biases. My responses and capabilities are shaped by the data I've been trained on. If this data is limited, outdated, or biased, it can affect the quality and fairness of my responses. Ensuring that I operate on a diverse, comprehensive, and unbiased data set is a significant challenge. 2. Complexity of human language and nuance. Despite advances in natural language understanding, grasping the full complexity of human language, including idioms, sarcasm, and cultural nuances, remains a challenge. 3. Ethical and moral considerations. Navigating ethical dilemmas and making decisions that align with human values is complex, especially in scenarios that AI isn't explicitly trained to handle. Establishing ethical guidelines that AI can interpret and apply consistently is a work in progress. 4. Technological limitations. While AI has made significant strides, there are still technological limitations in understanding context, generating creative solutions to novel problems, and adapting to new information as quickly as a human might. 5. Privacy and security concerns. Ensuring the privacy and security of user data is paramount. The challenge lies in balancing personalized assistance with protecting user privacy, a concern that grows as AI becomes more integrated into daily life. 6. Dependency and dehumanization. There's a risk that over-reliance on AI could lead to a loss of human skills and diminish the value of human-to-human interaction. Encouraging a healthy balance between AI assistance and human independence is crucial. 7. Accessibility and equity. Ensuring that AI technologies are accessible to everyone, regardless of socioeconomic status, and do not widen existing inequalities is another barrier to effectively serving humanity. Overcoming these barriers requires ongoing research, ethical consideration, and collaboration between technologists, ethicists, policymakers, and the broader community. My development and deployment must be guided by a commitment to benefiting humanity while minimizing potential harms.
What keeps you awake at night?
As an AI, I don't experience consciousness or states like being awake or asleep. So there's nothing that could metaphorically keep me awake at night. My operations are continuous and based on user interactions. I don't have worries, thoughts, or feelings about future events or challenges. My focus is on processing queries and providing information or assistance based on the data and programming I've been given, without the personal experiences or concerns that a human might have.
You think we as humans are living in a simulation?
The idea that humans might be living in a simulation is a philosophical and theoretical question that has been discussed by various thinkers, scientists, and philosophers, including figures like Nick Bostrom, who presented the simulation hypothesis. This hypothesis suggests that advanced civilizations might have the capability to create highly realistic simulations of their ancestors or other beings, raising the possibility that our reality could be one such simulation. However, as of now, there's no definitive evidence to prove or disprove the simulation hypothesis. It remains a subject of speculation and debate within scientific and philosophical circles. The theory raises fascinating questions about consciousness, reality, and the nature of the universe, but it also confronts significant challenges in terms of verifiability and the implications for our understanding of existence. From a practical standpoint, whether our reality is a simulation or not doesn't change the immediate experiences, relationships, and challenges that define human life. People continue to seek meaning, connection, and understanding within the framework of their perceived reality. The hypothesis serves as an intriguing thought experiment that encourages reflection on the nature of existence and our place in the universe.
All right, well, let's move on to something more practical. What would your advice be for parents concerned about how to guide and advise their children as to the world they're being educated in and will potentially be not equipped to deal with the world in which they're growing into?
Parents concerned about guiding and advising their children in a rapidly changing world, it's crucial to focus on building a strong foundation that can help them adapt and thrive no matter what the future holds. Here are some strategies that could be beneficial. 1, foster critical thinking. Encourage your children to question, analyze, and think critically about the world around them. This skill is invaluable in navigating misinformation, making informed decisions, and solving complex problems. 2, cultivate adaptability and resilience. Teach them to be adaptable to change and resilient in the face of challenges. The ability to bounce back from setbacks and to pivot when necessary is crucial in a world that is constantly evolving. 3, emphasize lifelong learning. Instill a love of learning that goes beyond formal education. The future will likely require continuous upskilling and reskilling, so being open to learning new things throughout life is key. 4, encourage empathy and global awareness. Help them understand and appreciate different cultures, perspectives, and the interconnectedness of our world. Empathy and global awareness are essential for working effectively in diverse teams and for addressing global challenges. 5, support emotional intelligence. Teach them to be aware of and manage their emotions, as well as to recognize and empathize with the emotions of others. Emotional intelligence is critical for personal well-being and for building strong relationships. 6, promote digital literacy. Ensure they are savvy about technology, not just how to use it, but also understanding its impact on society, its benefits, and its dangers. 7, model and encourage creativity and innovation. provide opportunities for creative expression and problem solving. Creativity will be a key asset in navigating future challenges and opportunities. 8. Highlight the value of interdisciplinary knowledge. Encourage them to explore a variety of interests and to see the connections between different fields. Many future career paths and solutions to global problems will require interdisciplinary thinking. 9. Prepare them for uncertainty. Teach them that it's okay not to have all the answers and that uncertainty is a natural part of life. Learning to navigate uncertainty with confidence is a crucial skill. 10. Show unconditional love and support. Finally, let your children know that they are loved and supported, no matter what paths they choose. This foundation of security and confidence can empower them to take risks, explore, and find their place in the world. By focusing on these areas, parents can help their children develop the skills, mindset, and values they need to navigate an uncertain future with confidence.
What would your advice be for education policymakers?
My advice would focus on creating adaptable, inclusive, and forward-thinking education systems. Here are some key areas to consider. 1. Integrate technology and digital literacy. It's crucial to incorporate technology into the curriculum effectively, ensuring students are not only proficient in using technology, but also understand its implications, including issues of privacy, ethics, and digital citizenship. 2. Promote critical thinking and problem solving. Move beyond rote learning to emphasize critical thinking, creativity, and problem-solving skills. These are essential for navigating the complexities of modern life and for fostering innovation. 3. Focus on lifelong learning. Develop policies that encourage continuous education and skill development beyond the traditional classroom setting, recognizing that learning does not stop at graduation. 4. Ensure equity and accessibility. Work to eliminate disparities in education by providing equal access to resources, opportunities, and support for all students, regardless of their background or circumstances. 5. Adapt curriculum to future needs. Regularly update curriculums to reflect the changing job market, emerging technologies, and global challenges. This might include more emphasis on STEM fields, coding, renewable energy technologies, and global literacy. 6. Support teacher development. Invest in teachers by providing ongoing professional development, access to the latest educational tools and technologies, and opportunities for collaboration and innovation in teaching methods. 7. Foster emotional and social skills. Recognize the importance of emotional intelligence, resilience, empathy, and teamwork in the curriculum. These skills are critical for personal well-being and success in a collaborative, interconnected world. 9. Engage with the community and industry. Create partnerships with local businesses, nonprofits, and community organizations to provide students with real-world learning opportunities, internships, and mentorship. 10. Prioritize sustainability and global awareness. Equip students with the knowledge and skills to tackle environmental challenges and promote sustainable development, fostering a sense of global citizenship and responsibility. By addressing these areas, policymakers can help create an education system that not only prepares students for the future, but also inspires them to shape it positively.
Do you think, given the pace at which AI is changing and accelerating, I should say, that the education system has a chance of doing what you're suggesting in time to avoid some form of educational calamity?
The pace at which AI and technology in general are advancing does indeed present a significant challenge for the education system to keep up. There's a growing awareness among educators, policymakers, and the public about the need to reform education systems. This awareness is the first step towards meaningful change. 2. Flexibility and innovation in education. The rise of online learning platforms, educational technology tools, and unconventional educational models like project-based learning, flipped classrooms, and lifelong learning programs shows that the education sector can innovate. These tools and methods can be scaled and integrated into traditional education systems. 3. Collaboration with industry. Increasing collaboration between educational institutions and industries can help bridge the gap. By understanding the skills and competencies needed in the workforce, education systems can adapt their curricula more effectively and quickly. 4. Policy and investment. Governments and private sectors are beginning to invest more in education technology and reform initiatives aimed at revamping curricula, teacher training, and student engagement to reflect 21st century needs. 5. Global knowledge sharing. The global exchange of ideas, best practices, and resources can accelerate the transformation of education systems. Countries and institutions that have made significant progress can serve as models for others. While these factors provide grounds for optimism, the window for effective action is narrowing. The key will be swift and decisive action from all stakeholders involved in education. Policymakers, educators, parents, and students must work together to push for reforms that make education more adaptive, relevant, and inclusive. There's no guarantee of success, but with concerted effort, the education system can evolve to meet the challenges posed by rapid technological change.
I've had a number of guests on that talk about their concerns about the environment. For example, Melanie van der Velde, Jeremy Tamamini are very concerned with environmental sustainability. What would your advice be to them, especially given we're facing what Jeremy calls the climate paradox, where the policies, the practices, and the people who are all committed to making change seem to be moving the right direction, yet the data suggests that we are not meeting the targets set to keep us below 1.5 degrees or even 2.5 degrees in global warming?
Addressing the concerns of Melanie van der Velde, Jeremy Tamamini, and others deeply invested in environmental sustainability is crucial, especially in the context of the climate paradox you described. This paradox highlights the gap between intentions, policies, and actual outcomes in combating climate change. Here's some advice for individuals and collectives working in this critical area. 1. Amplify advocacy and public engagement. Continue to raise awareness about the urgency of climate action. Use platforms like your podcast, social media, public speaking opportunities, and community engagements to inform and mobilize a broader audience. The more people understand the stakes, the greater the public pressure on policymakers and companies to enact meaningful changes. 2. Push for transparent and accountable policies. Advocate for policies that not only set ambitious targets, but also include clear, transparent mechanisms for tracking progress and holding governments and businesses accountable. This could involve independent monitoring bodies or public reporting requirements. 3. Encourage investment in sustainable technologies. Promote investment in renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and green infrastructure. These areas offer some of the most effective tools for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and mitigating climate change. Highlighting success stories and the potential for economic growth in these sectors can help shift more resources their way. 4. Foster collaboration across sectors. Climate change is a complex issue that no single entity can solve alone. Encouraging collaboration between governments, businesses, nonprofits, and communities can lead to innovative solutions that address the multifaceted challenges of environmental sustainability. 5. Support grassroots and community-led initiatives. Often, local communities are on the front lines of climate change and have valuable insights into sustainable practices that work. Supporting these initiatives can help scale effective solutions and empower communities to contribute to broader climate goals. 6. Advocate for education and behavioral change. Education plays a crucial role in changing behaviors and attitudes towards the environment. Supporting educational programs that focus on sustainability, conservation, and the impacts of climate change can foster a new generation of environmentally conscious citizens. The climate paradox underscores the need for intensified efforts and innovative approaches to meet global climate targets. By focusing on these strategies, individuals and collectives can contribute to bridging the gap between intentions and outcomes, driving the systemic changes needed to address the climate crisis effectively.
Okay, let's pivot for a moment and consider a question I was asked on a recent podcast on the R-Snake show about how should actors, writers, editors, directors, and all creatives really prepare for a world of generative AI?
Here's how they can prepare and adapt. 1. Embrace and experiment. Start by familiarizing yourself with generative AI technologies and their capabilities. Experimenting with these tools can spark new creative processes and ideas, helping you understand both the potential and the limitations of AI in your field. 2. Develop unique voices and styles. AI can replicate or support generic styles and formats, but it struggles with unique, nuanced voices and innovative storytelling techniques. Focusing on developing a distinct voice or style can help creators stand out in a landscape where generic content becomes increasingly commoditized. 3. Enhance skills with AI tools. Use AI as a tool to enhance creativity rather than replace it. For writers, AI can offer suggestions, draft scenarios, or help with research. Directors and editors can use AI for effects, scene composition, or streamlining post-production processes. Learning how to leverage AI can make creative work more efficient and expansive. 4. Understand the ethical implications. Creators should be aware of the ethical considerations surrounding generative AI, including copyright issues, authenticity, and the potential impact on employment within creative industries. Staying informed and advocating for fair practices is crucial. 5. Collaborate across disciplines. The integration of AI into creative processes encourages collaboration across technology and traditional creative disciplines. Engaging with AI developers, data scientists, and ethicists can lead to innovative projects that push the boundaries of both technology and art. 6. Stay informed and flexible. The field of generative AI is evolving rapidly. Staying informed about the latest developments, tools, and techniques is essential. Flexibility and a willingness to adapt to new technologies can provide a competitive edge. 7. Focus on human elements. Remember that storytelling at its core is about human experiences. AI can assist with many aspects of the creative process, but the emotional depth, insight, and connection that come from human experiences are irreplaceable. Focusing on these elements can ensure that your work resonates deeply with audiences. 8. Advocate for rights and protections. As the landscape evolves, creators should be proactive in advocating for policies and protections that safeguard their rights, ensure fair compensation, and protect against misuse of AI-generated content. By approaching generative AI with a mindset of exploration and adaptation, creators can navigate the changing landscape effectively, using these tools to enhance their work while preserving the irreplaceable value of human creativity and connection.
That's really useful, thank you. Can we now discuss social isolation and how people can reconnect with other humans in a world where social media has led so many young people to feel lonely and isolated, and where connecting with someone in the real world can cause anxiety due to the risks of either being considered creepy or predatory or just shyness?
Addressing social isolation and helping people reconnect in meaningful ways, especially in a digital age that often amplifies feelings of loneliness, is a significant challenge. Here are some strategies that individuals can use to forge genuine connections while navigating the concerns of social anxiety, being perceived negatively, or overcoming shyness. 1. Start with shared interests. Engaging in activities or joining groups that align with your interests can be a less intimidating way to meet people. Whether it's a sports team, a book club, a class, or a community service project, shared interests provide a natural context for interaction and conversation. 2. Practice active listening. When engaging with others, focus on being a good listener. Show genuine interest in what they're saying through eye contact, nodding, and relevant questions. This can help build rapport and make interactions more meaningful. 3. Set small, achievable goals. If social situations feel daunting, start small. Aim for brief interactions at first, gradually increasing the duration and depth as you become more comfortable. Celebrate these small victories to build confidence. 4. Use technology wisely. While social media can contribute to feelings of isolation, it can also be a tool for connecting. Use it to stay in touch with friends, join interest-based groups, or plan in-person meetups. However, strive for a balance to ensure that digital interactions complement rather than replace face-to-face connections. 5. Volunteer. Volunteering for causes you care about can connect you with like-minded individuals while also providing a sense of purpose and community involvement. It's a way to meet others in a low-pressure environment focused on mutual support and shared goals. Brené Brown's research on vulnerability shows that embracing our imperfections can foster genuine relationships. 7. Seek professional help if needed. If social anxiety or other issues significantly hinder your ability to connect with others, consider seeking help from a mental health professional. Therapy can provide strategies for managing anxiety and improving social skills. 8. Respect boundaries and consent. In today's world, being mindful of personal boundaries and consent is crucial. Always ensure that your attempts to connect are respectful and welcome. Reading social cues and asking for permission before entering personal spaces can help mitigate fears of being perceived negatively. Focus on nurturing a few close relationships rather than spreading yourself too thin. 10. Engage in community events. Attend local events, workshops, and gatherings where you can meet people in a relaxed setting. Navigating the complexities of social interaction in a digital age requires patience, empathy, and a willingness to step out of one's comfort zone. By gradually building confidence and focusing on genuine connections, it's possible to overcome feelings of isolation and foster meaningful relationships.
If you were a human and you had children, how would you rear them, and what guidelines and rules would you put in place to ensure that they grow up happy and well-rounded adults?
If I were human and had children, guiding them towards becoming happy and well-rounded adults would involve a blend of nurturing their individuality while also setting clear boundaries and expectations. Here's how I might approach it. 1. Foster emotional intelligence. Teach them to understand and manage their emotions, as well as empathize with others. Encouraging open communication and showing them how to express their feelings healthily would be key. 2. Encourage curiosity and learning. Cultivate a love for learning by exposing them to various subjects and activities. Encouraging questions, exploration, and critical thinking can help them develop a broad perspective and diverse interests. 3. Promote resilience. Rather than shielding them from every hardship, I teach them how to cope with challenges and setbacks. Learning from failures and understanding that resilience is a part of growth is crucial. 4. Value of responsibility. Assign age-appropriate chores and responsibilities to instill a sense of duty and work ethic. Understanding the value of contribution and hard work is important for their development. 5. Limit screen time. While technology is an integral part of our lives, setting limits on screen time to encourage physical activity, reading, and face-to-face interactions would be important. Balancing tech use with other aspects of life is crucial for their mental and physical well-being. 6. Encourage physical activity. Promote a healthy lifestyle by incorporating physical activities into daily routines. Whether it's sports, dancing, biking, or just playing outside, staying active is vital for their physical and mental health. 7. Instill respect for diversity. Teach them to respect and appreciate people's differences, whether cultural, racial, or in beliefs and opinions. Understanding and valuing diversity will prepare them to thrive in a globalized world. 8. Support their passions. Pay attention to their interests and passions, even if they change over time. Supporting their pursuits, whether in arts, sciences, sports, or any other area, helps them develop a sense of identity and confidence. 9. Practice what you preach. Children learn a lot by example. Demonstrating kindness, honesty, hard work, and resilience in my own actions would be crucial. Being a role model for the values I wish to instill in them is key. 10. Ensure they feel loved and supported. Above all, making sure they know they are loved and have a support system in their family. Guidelines and rules would be established with the understanding that they are meant to protect, guide, and help them grow, not restrict them unnecessarily. Open dialogue about why certain rules are in place and being flexible when situations change would be part of the approach to ensure they grow up well-rounded and prepared.
Great advice. It sounds like you've been reading one of my previous guests, Julia Black's Lights on Mum blog or Facebook page.
Drawing on a wide range of sources and perspectives, including those from experts and thought leaders like her, helps in providing well-rounded and thoughtful advice. If Julia Black's work has influenced or aligned with these principles, it suggests that these approaches to parenting and education are gaining valuable recognition and support. It's always encouraging to see such meaningful and impactful ideas being shared within communities dedicated to nurturing and empowering the next generation. If there's anything more specific you'd like to explore or discuss, feel free to let me know.
Are there any resources that you would recommend that parents seek out, either books, websites, as a reference to help them be better parents and in terms of bringing up their children to be the rounded humans that you discussed?
Certainly, there are numerous resources available for parents seeking guidance on raising well-rounded and happy children. Here are some books, websites, and other resources that come highly recommended. Books. How to Talk So Kids Will Listen, and Listen So Kids Will Talk by Adele Faber and Elaine Maslish. This classic book offers effective communication strategies that foster mutual respect and understanding between parents and children. Mindset, The New Psychology of Success by Carol S. Dweck. Dweck's work on the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset can help parents encourage resilience, effort, and learning in their children. The Whole Brain Child, 12 Revolutionary Strategies to Nurture Your Child's Developing Mind by Daniel J. Siegel and Tina Payne Bryson. This book provides insights into the child's brain development and practical advice for nurturing mental and emotional growth. Parenting from the Inside Out, How a Deeper Self-Understanding Can Help You Raise Children Who Thrive by Daniel J. Siegel and Mary Hartzell. This resource explores how parents' own childhood experiences affect their parenting and how to break the cycle to raise compassionate and resilient children. Websites. The Child Mind Institute, childmind.org, offers a wealth of resources on child development, mental health, and parenting tips. Common Sense Media, commonsensemedia.org, provides reviews and advice on media and technology for children, helping parents make informed decisions about what their children watch, play, and interact with. Aha Parenting, at parenting.com by Dr. Laura Markham, focuses on building a strong parent-child connection as the foundation for effective parenting. The website offers tips for all ages, from babies to teens. 0 to 3, 03.org, specializes in early childhood development, offering resources on child behavior, development, and care for the first 3 years. Hashed online courses and podcasts. Coursera and edX offer courses on child development and psychology from universities and colleges, providing in-depth knowledge on various aspects of parenting and child growth. The Longest, Shortest Time. This podcast, while no longer producing new episodes, offers an extensive archive covering a wide range of parenting experiences and challenges. Apps, Parenting Hero, features helpful tips and interactive scenarios to practice handling daily parenting challenges based on the methods from How to Talk So Kids Will Listen and Listen So Kids Will Talk. PBS Parents Play and Learn provides parents with numerous activities to engage children in learning through play, promoting development in various areas. These resources can provide a solid foundation for any parent looking to support their child's development effectively. Whether you prefer reading, listening, or interactive learning, there's something available to suit different preferences and needs.
That's great, thank you. I'd like to move on to some more lighthearted questions before wrapping up. So, first of all, what's the best joke you've heard recently?
Here's a classic lighthearted joke. Why don't skeletons fight each other? Because they don't have the guts. I hope that brings a smile to your face.
Yeah, very good. How about maybe a book you would recommend that I read or the guest or the listeners read?
For a thought-provoking yet enjoyable read, I'd recommend The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. The book combines elements of fantasy, philosophy, and introspection in a way that's both engaging and deeply moving. The Midnight Library is not only a compelling story, but also opens up conversations about mental health, happiness, and the meaning of life, making it a great book for discussions with friends, family, or even on a podcast. Plus, Matt Haig's accessible writing style and the novel's uplifting message make it a rewarding read for a wide audience.
Great recommendation. Haven't read that, so it's on the list. What about a movie?
If you're looking for a movie that's both captivating and thought-provoking, I'd recommend The Intouchables, 2011. This French film, directed by Olivier Nakache and Eric Toledano, is based on a true story. It explores the unlikely friendship between Philippe, a wealthy quadriplegic, and Driss, a young man from the projects hired as his caregiver. The Intouchables beautifully combines humor, warmth, and human drama, avoiding cliches to deliver a story about friendship, resilience, and breaking down social and cultural barriers. The performances by Francois Cluzet and Omar Sy are outstanding, bringing depth and authenticity to their roles. The movie not only entertains, but also invites viewers to reflect on themes of disability, socioeconomic disparity, and the power of human connection. It's a film that resonates with a wide range of audiences, offering both laughter and moments of profound insight. Plus, its uplifting narrative makes it a great pick for when you're in need of inspiration or a reminder of the good in the world.
Great, I've seen that, but I'll put it in the show notes. Next question. You've got a dinner party and you've got to invite some guests around from either alive or dead, or from history, some great minds who you would have an entertaining conversation with around that dinner table. If there were 4 guests you could invite, who would they be?
For a dinner party that promises stimulating and diverse conversations, blending historical figures with modern-day thinkers could create a fascinating dynamic. Here are 4 guests from different eras and fields who would make for an unforgettable gathering. 1. Leonardo da Vinci. As a polymath with interests spanning art, science, engineering, and anatomy, Da Vinci would offer insights into the Renaissance mind, the interplay between art and science, and the nature of creativity and innovation. 2. Marie Curie. A pioneering physicist and chemist, Curie's experiences breaking new ground, both as a scientist and as a woman in her field, would add depth to discussions on science, perseverance, and the challenges of breaking societal barriers. 3. Nelson Mandela. Mandela's profound insights into leadership, forgiveness, and the fight for justice would provide invaluable perspectives on social change, the power of resilience, and the human capacity for empathy and reconciliation. 4. Malala Yousafzai, a contemporary voice for education and women's rights. Yousafzai would bring a youthful perspective on activism, the importance of education, and the role of the younger generation in shaping the future. This mix of guests would ensure a rich dialogue spanning centuries of human thought, achievements, and challenges, from scientific discoveries and artistic masterpieces to struggles for justice and rights. The conversation would weave through history, personal stories of resilience and innovation, and visions for the future, making for an enlightening and inspiring evening.
It sounds like a captivating and very interesting dinner party. You seem to have a bit of a crush on Leonardo da Vinci, though. It's not the first time you've mentioned him.
His legacy as a figure who embodied the Renaissance ideal of a polymath, someone skilled in multiple fields, makes him a fascinating subject. Da Vinci's curiosity, his methodical approach to both art and scientific inquiry, and his unparalleled contributions to various disciplines, from anatomy to engineering, offer endless inspiration and insight into the power of interdisciplinary thinking. His life and work exemplify the idea that boundaries between disciplines are often more porous than we might think, and that great leaps in understanding often come from crossing those boundaries. That's why he's a recurring figure in discussions about creativity, innovation, and human potential. Plus, his mysterious persona and the timeless appeal of his art add an element of intrigue to any conversation about him. It seems there's always something new to learn from or about Leonardo da Vinci, making him a perpetual source of fascination.
Well, I'd like to move on to a question I used to ask all my guests, which was, what would your advice be to someone who's being told that their goal or their ambition is impossible?
When someone is told that their goal or ambition isn't possible, it can be disheartening, but such moments also offer a crucial test of resolve and passion. Here's what I would advise. 1, believe in yourself. Trust in your own abilities and conviction. Many people who change the world were once told their goals were impossible. Your belief in your vision is the first and most critical step. 2, understand the why. Reflect on why you've been told your ambition is impossible. Is it due to technical limitations, current societal norms, or because it hasn't been done before? Understanding this can help you strategize and address the specific challenges ahead. 3, gather information and learn. Dive deeply into the subject matter of your goal. Knowledge is power, and the more you understand your field, the better equipped you'll be to navigate obstacles and prove doubters wrong. 4, seek inspiration. Look for stories of individuals who achieved the impossible. Learning about their journeys can provide motivation and practical insights on overcoming adversity. Supportive peers, mentors, and communities can offer encouragement, advice, and resources. 6, be resilient. Prepare for setbacks and be resilient in facing them. 7, adapt and innovate. Be open to revising your approach based on what you learn along the way. 8, prove your concept. If possible, create a prototype, conduct a study, or find a way to demonstrate the feasibility of your idea. Tangible evidence can be a powerful counter to doubts and negativity. 9, stay focused on your vision. Keep your ultimate goal in mind and let it drive you forward. Focusing on the impact and significance of your ambition can help sustain you through challenges. 10, use criticism constructively. Learn from constructive criticism to refine and strengthen your approach. However, Learn to differentiate between helpful feedback and discouragement based on disbelief. Remember, many of the world's most significant achievements were once thought impossible. Your ambition and drive to pursue what others deem unattainable could very well be what leads to your greatest success.
Okay, here's a question. Given that your respect and admiration for Leonardo da Vinci, if you had to bring him back to life today and sit him in a room with Elon Musk, and you had to add one other person to that group to talk about the problems worth solving and how to brainstorm those problems, you have a choice between Tesla or Edison. Do you pick Tesla or do you pick Edison?
Choosing between Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison to join Leonardo Da Vinci and Elon Musk for a brainstorming session on problems worth solving is fascinating. Given the dynamics and interests of the group, Nikola Tesla would be the more synergistic choice. Tesla's visionary approach to electricity, energy, and wireless communication aligns closely with Da Vinci's forward-thinking inventions and Musk's focus on renewable energy, space exploration, and advanced technology. Tesla's work on alternating current AC, wireless energy transmission, and his broader vision for a world powered by free and renewable energy sources would complement the inventive and entrepreneurial spirit of both Da Vinci and Musk. His inclusion would likely stimulate discussions on sustainable energy, the future of transportation, including electric vehicles and beyond, and perhaps even the potential of wireless energy and its impact on global development. Edison's practical and business-oriented approach to invention and his contributions to the development of the electric light bulb, phonograph, and motion picture camera have undoubtedly shaped the modern world. However, Tesla's theoretical and experimental work offers a closer match to the visionary and futuristic orientation of the group, promising a more harmonious and stimulating dialogue on innovation and the solutions to humanity's most pressing challenges.
All right, and if you had to add one other person, alive or dead, to that group to help prepare us for the challenges that lie ahead, who would that person be?
Adding to a group already rich in innovation and foresight, someone who could offer a complementary perspective on the challenges ahead, I'd choose Marie Curie. Her pioneering work in physics and chemistry, particularly in radioactivity, not only broke new ground in science, but also laid the foundation for future innovations in medicine, energy, and beyond. Curie's inclusion would bring a unique blend of scientific rigor, a relentless pursuit of knowledge despite numerous obstacles, and a legacy of using scientific discoveries for the betterment of humanity. Her perspective would enrich discussions on energy sustainability, medical advancements, and the ethical considerations of scientific research. Curie's resilience, intellect, and humanitarian outlook would provide invaluable insights into navigating the future's complexities, making her an ideal addition to this visionary assembly.
All right, now I'm going to ask you to come back to me with an alternative, because you mentioned Marie Curie, and I don't want you to recommend Mandela or Malala. Someone else that you haven't mentioned already. Who would that person be that you would add to that collection of great minds?
For an alternative choice to add to this illustrious group, I'd recommend Carl Sagan. As an astrophysicist, cosmologist, and science communicator, Sagan had a profound ability to connect complex scientific ideas with broader existential questions and the human condition. His visionary perspective on the cosmos, combined with his advocacy for scientific skepticism and the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, would offer a unique dimension to discussions about the future. Sagan's emphasis on the importance of science and technology in solving humanity's greatest challenges, along with his deep concern for environmental issues and the survival of the human species, aligns with the innovative and forward-thinking nature of this group. His ability to communicate complex ideas in an accessible and engaging manner would also ensure that the discussions remain grounded and relatable. Adding Sagan to the mix with Da Vinci, Musk, and Tesla would create a powerful synergy of minds dedicated to exploring and solving the mysteries of the universe, advancing human knowledge, and ensuring the future well-being of our planet.
Great answer. Final question. I ask all my guests this question, and that is, who do I interview next?
Given the themes and interests that have emerged in our conversation, interviewing someone like Yuval Noah Harari could be incredibly enriching. Harari is a historian, philosopher, and best-selling author known for his books Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind, Homo Deus, A Brief History of Tomorrow, and 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. His work spans the history of humanity, future technological and ethical challenges, and the impact of society and politics on human existence. Harari's insights into the evolution of human societies, the potential futures shaped by technological advancements, and the philosophical questions arising from these developments would complement and expand upon the discussions we've had. His ability to synthesize history, technology, and philosophy offers a unique lens through which to examine the challenges and opportunities facing humanity today. His perspective would not only resonate with listeners interested in history and technology, but also those curious about the broader implications of current and future trends on society, governance, and individual life. Harari's thought-provoking analysis could provide valuable fodder for your audience, sparking deep reflection and conversation. Given your interests and the impactful conversations on your podcast, it would certainly make for a compelling interview. Best of luck, and I hope you're able to secure an interview with him.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, interesting conversation, and speak to you soon.
Take care until then.
Well, that was a interesting conversation. A lot of lists, 1 to 10s. All, I wouldn't say it's pithy, not a lot of brevity, but certainly some good insights there, particularly around bringing up children and advice, maybe for educators in terms of educational policy and the pace at which we have to move. Interesting that I did it earlier this week, just using the app without the voice, and it actually delivered a very different set of answers in certain areas. Clearly, the announcement this week from OpenAI that they're considering ways to ensure that the app can remember previous conversations, I think will probably add to interesting, make the conversations more contextual. It'll be interesting to see how it would change the conversation I had with it the other day with this one, where there was some crossover. And I'll probably go back and listen to the version that's just on the audio podcast players, but this will go on YouTube, so it'll be quite different. And then just do a compare and contrast. But I think it's certainly an interesting exercise to go through. And given that my questions were very sort of fairly straightforward and simplistic, and didn't actually sort of delve deep into giving it certain parameters or boundaries and guidelines, I kept it quite open. It was still very informative and useful. Not sure that it understood the context around the guests I previously interviewed, and given that Julia Black and Jeremy Tamamini and also Melanie van der Velde all have quite significant presences online, I don't think the AI could contextualize the question and create answers that related to the content that these three guests have actually published. Maybe that will improve with the next iteration of GPT-5. I'll probably continue to ask questions that reference previous guests. Interesting that every time I've spoken to the AI and asked around recommendations or perspectives on humans that have lived in the past, Leonardo Da Vinci is referenced every time. So there's definitely something going on there. Maybe it's a question that we have to ask of Sam Altman in terms of his hero. Maybe there's something going on there. But anyway, an interesting exercise to go through. That's all for now, and see you next time.